whoever has your head in their mind right now is thinking, where do we go from here? This is a person that thought the ends of your dynamic would crumble, would never be used. I see. This is a person that was used to being used. They never had a person like you before come into their life and give unconditionally. And very intensely at that, I might add. It's not a bad thing. But when a person's never felt it, it can come off as, what's the motive? What do they really want from me? And when a person is unhealed in certain aspects of their life, when it comes to self-trust, you can just drive them away. I see. They don't want to run away from you. But they're also scared to be hurt by you. Because what if you don't see them the same anymore? For most of you here, I see you do want this to flourish. But you're not allowing yourself to just instantly believe anymore. You have to feel and see that this person's words are true and pure. With what they're saying to you, that they've thought long and hard and missed you. And it's not about this time being different. If they're talking in a way of upgrading and of not self-deprecating, not saying, well, me, this is something for you to flourish and look further into. Because nothing's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I see that the two souls connected to this reading are both beautiful. They're two people I would sit and have lunch with. You and this person are both beautiful souls. And I see your people being able to coagulate, hang out, understand, roast marshmallows by the campfire. Let's do a split. Give your creativity the space it needs to flourish. Masculine's energy outwards. Whoever the masculine is in this dynamic has become far more in touch with their feminine energy during your separation. Meaning their nurture, compassion, and sympathy of self, and not to be so self-critical. And to understand, I can trust. It's not even trust other people. I can trust if I know somebody's good for me or not. This person could have thought you were a siren when really you were both mermaids. What does that mean for some of you who don't know, haven't heard that representation from me? We have sirens, we have mermaids. Sirens sing and are beautiful and hypnotize sailors, pirates, etc. to their death. Mermaids are these beautiful existents that are just there to admire, that swim with the sea, that work with the tides, are not against anything. They simply exist and are grateful and appreciate. You too, for so long, were told by the world that you were sirens. You're mermaids. What I really see with this is a lot of flow of feelings. So very well, there could be some water placement within one or both of your dynamics. But needless to say, I see a masculine that is open to a deeper conversation. I see a feminine who has the strength to not run away from this. Let's see what we received. Okay. Well, I got 2 lone soldiers for sure. 2 people who, their default in most situations is to just leave. I see 2 people who are very innocent growing up. And I'm talking about even into the midst of being an adult. Like, there is this energy of unconditional faith in everything and everybody. No matter how much they were bullied or picked on, talked down to, discriminated, something in them both were just like, this isn't the normal. I know that this is just my circumstance. But when I get out of it, things are going to be different. And both of these people got out of it years and years ago. And one day the world really, broke you. You, to be a healer, to do something in this world, have to experience the lows. They're just as important as experiencing the highs, you see. Both of you have a dark night, or dark heart aesthetic, is what I like to state. This connection, both of you thought there was in the past no chance of redemption, because it was easier to just go forward alone instead of getting your heart hurt. But the what if, the giving up hurts more than the knowing. Owls and ravens and dragonflies are big forward movements for you. I see these 2 people having a conversation in front of me. This conversation is going to be about, I thought that things in your life would get in conflict of interest with me. It's interesting. That's very broad, but that's a collective thing that's going to resonate in different ways, because I'm seeing too many different examples to state them all. Needless to say, what it all sums up to the same, though, I see all the X's being hit, is it came down to wondering if other people would accept them in your life, and if there would be some form of conflict or competition struggle that never came from any form of truth. It was fear. And since both people understand, if I don't face my masculine nature, if I don't face that my masculine nature could have been making me stubborn, I'm going to hesitate and feel weird about any other connection after you. I have to know where this goes. And that might lead to crying. That might lead to tears of joy, though. I feel like you received a letter that you never opened. Somebody feels very touched still by the little things you stated or did for them. No matter what way this conversation goes, it's not going to go ghost, is what I hear. Both people involved in this reading have no longer shied away from their own monsters and why they can push people away. They're ready for love. They're ready to not self-sabotage, because, again, we all can self-sabotage until we're healed enough to see it. Hyper-independency is a weakness within itself. Hyper-independency, to the point where you're only being independent so you don't have to worry about being hurt or trusting again. That is a form of a crutch, and it will only get you so far. What does this person think about your character? Well, you could have met each other in some form of job setting. Collective takes what resonates. They could feel that you're a very big, powerful influence, somebody not to mess with, or there's even this sense of justice you bring where you go. So you could be a balanced person, and whenever there was work, for the part of you here who you guys work together, what I'm hearing is that you brought balance into work, and they knew things would go so much smoother when you were there, and that was something that attracted them to you. But for the other collective here, where it's nothing to do with you two working together, they see how much time and effort and patience you have for your craft and for others. They're deeply, deeply okay, they are deeply, deeply subtracted. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? They are deeply, deeply subtracted from your conscious. So you used to make decisions based off of, am I going to see them? Am I not? Should I do? Should I not? All of your decisions now are made because you're the creator of your own existence, and they see that. They don't think anybody else can control your paint, your brush, your wand except you. How do they think you see them? They wonder if you see them as, they wonder if you would see them as strong if they came in to build and offer. I sense this person could be a really good chef or etc. So they could be thinking about asking you out to dinner. They could be wondering, would you want to go out with me? Should I make a home meal for them? How should we proceed? The way they feel about you is, and they do believe, and they have received confirmation from their guides that you want this. And if they found their way to you, you would say yes. So now it's about making a plan, I assume. Plan already been made? Yeah, plan's definitely been made. You've told Spirit to send messages to them, and they've been received. They're taking a chance on this. This is leading to deeper forms of fruition. What about is to happen is all of the digging or time they've spent watching you without you actually knowing. All the times you did things because that's who you are, no matter who is watching or not, has accumulated. A bubble is bursting, and they're ready to see the gleam of your eyes. It's time. It's time. And now, it is time for me to also remind you about the Colorado Spiritual Adventure. I have August 11th through August 16th. Okay, I still have some early bird available spots, which is $200 off the entire trip. We have spiritual workshops in place every single day of the trip, starting with a guided energy reading where I sit with you one-on-one. We channel your energy. I see what you came in to the trip with. We help you figure out what during the trip you're going to release and expand with. And then the following days, there's tarot teachings. There's going into inner child and inner teenager work. There's manifestation technique day. There is the session where we identify your own spiritual abilities, and if you already know them, we just enhance. Every single person that comes on the trip is getting a special gift from yours truly. I am in the process of making Oracle and Tarot decks. They will not be for sale until after I come back from the spiritual retreat. But every single person that goes on the spiritual retreat is getting the first printed copies. Up there in the mountains, we're going to cleanse them together. And this is about more than even. This is about even more than the expansion of seeing a different part of the world. This is found family. This is going back to a home root. And the right ones here are going to know what I meant by that. Why Colorado is a home root. If you are called to join, go ahead and sign up, but you still got that early bird discount. There are so many other things that are going to be implemented as well. And any questions you have, do not hesitate to ask. All you must simply do is go to my website and send me a message from there. My website is offprintmint.com. The link is in the bio of this video, and we will go from there. You don't have to pay the whole entire thing up front. There are so many different options. A deposit is only needed to save your spot, and there is affordable payment plans upon approval. And yeah. If you have any other questions from there, you shoot me a message. Nonetheless, this is a good reading. And let's get it. I'll see you when I see you.